You can make decent money and still feel broke. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care. It's usually because your money has no system. It shows up and then it disappears into rent, subscriptions, food, random purchases, and one or two, this month was weird, expenses. And then you tell yourself you'll start saving next paycheck. But next paycheck does the same thing. So in this video, I'm going to give you a simple money system you can copy. It's not complicated. It's not based on motivation. It's based on order. Because the biggest mistake beginners make is doing the right things in the wrong order. They start investing while they have credit card debt. They try to budget without any emergency cash. They set goals without knowing what their bills actually are. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do first, second, third, and why. You'll also have a set of numbers you can use to set this up in one afternoon. My name is Carlo, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why simple systems beat willpower almost every time. Let's start with the core idea: your money needs jobs. If your money has no assigned jobs, your brain will assign jobs for it in the moment, and your brain is not a reliable CFO. It's emotional, it's tired, it gets tempted, so we're going to give your money jobs automatically, in the correct order, so you can save, spend, and invest without constantly thinking about it. Here's the exact order we're building, and I'll explain each step clearly. Stabilize cash flow so bills don't surprise you. Build a basic emergency buffer so small problems don't become disasters. Kill high-interest debt so you stop bleeding money. Get your free money and basic investing started so time is working for you. Build a full emergency fund so you have real breathing room. Increase investing and optimize so wealth actually grows. Keep spending fun but contained so life still feels like life. That's the system. Now let's build it from the ground up. Step 1, stabilize cash flow. The boring step that fixes half your problems. If you don't know your real monthly expenses, you don't have a budget. You have guesses, and guesses create stress. You need two numbers: your minimum monthly bills, the stuff that has to get paid no matter what, and your true monthly spending, what actually leaves your account. Minimum monthly bills usually include rent, mortgage, basic utilities, minimum debt payments, basic groceries, phone, insurance, and transportation to work. Not going out food, or not shopping, not subscriptions you forgot about. Just the core. Now, true monthly spending is what happens in real life. Restaurants, random online orders, gas that's higher than expected, gifts, a night out, a new charger, repairs, all of it. Here's how beginners mess this up. They set a savings goal without knowing what the month costs. Then they fail and feel like the problem is them. It's not. The problem is you were trying to build a system without measurements. So do this once. Look at the last 30 days of transactions. Add them up. That's your current spending. Don't judge it, just measure it. Then take your minimum monthly bills number. This number matters because it tells you how much you must protect every month before you do anything else. If your take-home pay is $3,500 and your minimum monthly bills are $2,400, then you have $1,100 of flexibility. That's $1,100 where saving, debt payoff, investing, and lifestyle happens. If you pretend you have $1,800 of flexibility, your month will always end with, "Where did my money go?" This leads to the first rule of the system. Bills get protected first automatically. That means bills are not something you hope you have money for. You set them aside like they're already spent. A simple setup that works. Create 2 accounts if you can. One for bills, one for spending. If you don't want multiple accounts, you can still do it with categories, but separate accounts make it harder to mess up. When you get paid, immediately move the bill money into the bill account. The rest stays as spending money plus your wealth building money. That's it. This one step stops the rent week panic. Step 2, build a starter emergency buffer before you start investing. Most people think investing is step 1. It isn't. If your bank account can't handle a $400 to $1,000 surprise without using a credit card, you're not ready for complex investing decisions. You need stability first. Your starter emergency buffer is $1,000 as fast as possible. This isn't your full emergency fund. This is your stop the bleeding money. It covers the most common financial punches: car battery, small repair, medical copay, unexpected travel, broken phone screen, higher utility bill. Why $1,000? Because it changes behavior. When you have zero buffer, every surprise becomes dead. When you have a buffer, small surprises become annoying, not life-changing. Where do you keep it? A regular savings account or high-yield savings account. Not invested, not locked up. You want it to become boring and easy to access. How do you build it? You do it like a mission. temporary sprint. Sell a few things, cut a couple of expenses for a month. Pause non-essential subscriptions. Grab one extra shift. Your goal is speed, not comfort. Once it's there, you move on. Step 3. Kill high-interest debt, the guaranteed return most people ignore. If you have credit card debt at 18 to 30%, that is an emergency. It's a silent leak in your financial life. Here's the simple truth. If your credit card charges you 22% interest, paying it off is like earning a guaranteed 22% return. That's hard to beat with investing. And it's risk-free. You're not hoping the market cooperates. You're removing a guaranteed loss. So after your $1,000 buffer, you attack high-interest debt aggressively. You still pay all minimums on everything, but all extra money goes to the highest interest rate first. That's the avalanche method. It saves the most money. If you need motivation, you can pay smallest balance first, snowball, but don't let the method become an excuse to do something. The correct method is the one you'll actually stick to. One important rule, do not invest extra money while you're carrying high-interest debt, with one exception, and it's the next step. Step 4, get the free money and start basic investing. Small, consistent, and automatic. The exception is an employer retirement match. If your job offers a match, that's free money. If they match 50% up to 6% of your salary, that's an instant return you can't get anywhere else. So if you have a match, contribute enough to get the full match as soon as possible, even while paying off debt. You do enough to capture the match. Then you go back to killing the debt. Once high-interest debt is gone, you start investing in a simple way. Beginners do not need complicated strategies. You need consistency and time. A beginner-friendly approach is a broad market index fund inside a retirement account, invested automatically each paycheck. The exact fund depends on your country and platform, but the principle is the same. Low cost, diversified, and long-term. The goal early on is not pick winners. The goal is to build a habit and the pipeline. Here's the line I want you to remember. If investing depends on you remembering, it won't happen. If it's automatic, it happens even when you're busy, stressed, or distracted. Step 5. Build a real emergency fund so you stop living on the edge. After debt is under control and investing is started, you build your full emergency fund. For most people, the target is 3 months of necessities. If your necessities are $2,500 per month, your emergency fund target is $7,500. If your job is unstable, you have kids, or your income is variable, you aim for 6 months. This fund does 2 things. It protects you from going back into debt. It gives you leverage in life. You can handle job changes, move, negotiate better, say no to bad situations. Again, it's kept in cash savings, not invested. Step 6. Increase investing and optimize the order. Now you're ready to scale. This is where you increase retirement contributions, invest beyond the match, and consider additional accounts. The simple rule for beginners: prioritize tax-advantaged accounts before taxable investing, if you have access to them. Taxes are a real cost, and most beginners ignore them. At this stage, you also increase your savings rate gradually. A good long-term goal is 15% toward retirement, and if you're starting from zero, start with 3 to 5% and increase every time you get a raise. Your raises are where wealth is built. If your lifestyle eats every raise, your future stays the same. Step 7. Keep spending fun, but contained, so the system lasts. A system that feels like punishment will fail. You need guilt-free spending money. Once your bills are protected and your saving or investing is automatic, the remaining money is your spending money, and you can spend it without stress because you've already handled your future. This is where most people flip the order and fail. They spend first, then try to save what's left. In this system, you save first by automation, then spend the rest. The beginner setup you can copy today. Simple and realistic. Here's a clean version you can implement quickly. Account 1, bills. Rent and mortgage, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, basic groceries, transportation, anything essential. Account 2 is daily spending. Gas, eating out, shopping, fun. Subscriptions, only the ones that you truly use. And account 3 is emergency fund. $1,000 starter, then build to 3 months necessities. Investing should be automatic. Employer match first, then consistent monthly investing in diversified index funds. Now let's put numbers on it. Let's say you take home $4,000 per month. You have bills and necessities at $2,400. Investing is $300. Emergency fund $300. And debt payoff $400, spending $600. That's not perfect. It's just structured. And structure is what makes progress possible. The mistakes that quietly wreck this system. Mistake number 1, building an emergency fund while still overspending. If your spending isn't contained, your emergency fund becomes your new checking account. Fix the leaking first. Mistake number 2 is investing before the basics are stable. If one surprise bill forces you to sell investments or use credit, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Mistake number 3 is lifestyle inflation after a raise. Every raise should increase your savings rate. Even half of each raise going to investing changes your life. Mistake number 4 is overcomplicating investments. If your strategy requires daily decisions, you'll quit. Simple, automated, diversified wins for most people. The quick checklist. Save this. Every month in this order. Bills are covered automatically. Emergency fund contribution happens automatically. Debt payoff happens automatically. Investing happens automatically. Whatever is left is spending money. There's no guilt. And that's the system. If you do it consistently, you don't need perfect discipline. You don't need to feel motivated. You just need a structure that runs even when you're tired. I'm Carlo. Thanks for watching. And remember, this is not financial advice. It's your life, your money, and your choice whether you want to drive your wealth or park it in the driveway until it disappears.